What's going on YouTube? It is Repulse, back in another video. In today's video, we have a Club World Cup squad reaction video for Chelsea. Obviously, the registration deadline was last night, so the squad got released today. Um, Tons of players got left out that I would have liked to seen come along, but there is a lot of talented players that I'm glad are joining us. So, to begin this video, I'd like to start out going position by position, starting out with the goalkeepers. We have Robert Sanchez, obviously. I don't think that was a question. He was our number one last season. Ended the season well. Glad to see him tag along. Philip Jorgensen, our number two last season. Definitely going to tag along regardless. But I do kind of think he may go out on loan. And that's because we have Mike Penders, the Belgian talent that is being compared to Thibaut Courtois. Um, I think someone that is really going to be our number one goalkeeper down the line, especially if he develops into the player that we all think he can develop into. I think he's like 6'7", played for Genk last season on loan, um, and officially our player now. So he's joining us in the Club World Cup, and I think he could even take that number one shirt at the age of 19. And then lastly, we have Gaga Slanina, who is back on loan. I believe he was at League One, at Barnsley, I want to say. Barnsley, yeah, Barnsley does sound correct. But he may have came back early because of injury or something. I don't know. But I know he's stateside right now already to play for the U.S. in the Gold Cup, so not really too far of a trip for him. But as you can tell, there is no George Petrovic in the goalkeeping unit, which I'm really disappointed about. I think we should have really brought him along. Um, we know he didn't want to go out on loan last season. We convinced him to go out on loan, gave him a new deal, gave him um, pretty much promises that if he's able to build his passing ability to suit Maresca's system, that he could come back and compete for a spot. But then it doesn't really seem like that's the case. So I'm pretty confused with what the club was attempting to do there. I know there's been reports that we're looking to sell him now, and that he wants to go play first team football because it doesn't look like we're going to present him that opportunity, which I think is completely fair on Petrovic's part. I think the club has done a massive disservice to him. Yeah, I really don't like the way we handled it at all. Um, so yeah, I'm really disappointed with the way that it panned out. I really would have liked to see him come to the U.S. because I think he could have took the number one shirt from Sanchez. I don't think Jorgensen's really a threat, and I thought at worst he could be the best backup goalkeeper in the league. If we do end up bringing a Magnan in or any other goalkeeper, I know there's been the Marc-Andre Ter Stegen link as of recent, which I don't think he comes through the door. Or if magically Donnarumma, we pay the 40 million euros for an elite goalkeeper who's young, um, who PSG are looking to move on from. Um, but yeah, I would have really liked to see George Petrovic come through for the Club World Cup squad. We still have 7 spots left, so I don't know why a spot couldn't have been allocated towards him. Um, so yeah, those are our 4 goalkeepers: Sanchez, Jorgensen, Penders, and Slanina. I would like to see Penders get most of the playing time in the group stages because I think that's where we'll be able to see what his ability is. I don't think he'll be tested too much. I don't think there will be too much pressure on him because I think those are games that we should win pretty easily. But yeah, I definitely would have liked to see Petrovic in there. The other goalkeepers, I'm not too surprised about. I think Slanina's the only somewhat surprise because obviously I thought we were going to sell him for a profit, especially with Penders coming through the door. Um, but yeah, I really would have liked to see Georgia Petrovic tag along. I think he's someone that could have came in and been that number one guy pretty easily. So yeah, really disappointed there. Don't know what the club was really thinking, not bringing him along. But moving on to the defense, for left back we have Cucurella, and that's really it. Um, I understand Gusto's there, and he could play that left back role, be an attacking left back, get into those spaces that Cucurella gets into. But if we're talking true left back, we only have Cucurella, and that makes no sense. Um, I don't want to go on a rant here, but he's literally played football nonstop for the past year. He hasn't got a break at all, so I don't know why we couldn't bring an Ishe Samuel Smith along, let Cucurella get that rest. Um, I don't know why we couldn't have promoted someone for the academy. We have 7 open slots. We definitely could have put a player in there. Because Cucurella needs a rest. I don't think he needs to really play right away, especially in the group stages where it's games that we should easily be winning. Um, it makes no sense to me unless you want Reece James bond up down the right, which you don't because you want to protect his health and play a Colwill or a Badiashile at that left center back. And let Cucurella drop to the bench a little bit. I understand Gusto can start at that left back position, but why is there no true left back? I don't get that. I think Samuel Smith, Maresca said he was impressed with him, so it makes no sense for him not to be brought along to the United States. I think he should have gotten an opportunity, to be honest, and I think Cucurella needs that rest for Samuel Smith to come in right away. So it just makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know why he's not being brought along. Um, yeah, it really makes no sense. In terms of the center backs, we have Towson expected, Badiashile expected, Levi Colwill expected, Mamadou Sarr, which I'm happy we're bringing him along. I think he is a good center half. I do expect him to go out on loan, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I do think he's a good player. I think he was good at Strasbourg the last season. I expect him to go back out there on loan. Um, Trevor Chalaba expected. I still think we may look to sell him just because there's been that expectance that we're going to sell him for so long now. Other center backs we have Anselmino, which I'm happy to bring him along. I do want to get him some PT because I don't think he really played that much during the conference league. I don't even know if he played at all, to be honest. Um, but yeah, those are our center halves. I think pretty expected. The only one missing is Wesley Fofana, who I think we all expected to not go. I think he really needs to prioritize getting healthy. I was really unhappy with him with the way he tried to rush himself back from injury um, throughout the season. It was proven by Maresca that if you just follow what Maresca says in terms of playing time, in terms of not starting every single game, just being out there, contributing to the team when you can, that it's going to be a recipe for success and it's going to elongate your season. Reece James played the most football he has in years, and that was thanks to Maresca managing his minutes. And I think Wesley Fofana definitely should have been the same, but he tried to rush himself back from injury. And I don't fault the guy. I get you want to play, but it makes no sense when you have capable center halves that, like Adebayo, can do a job and let you just rehab and get back to full strength so you can play at full strength. So then you're contributing to the team in a better aspect than you are just half injured. But the center halves, I'm pretty happy with. I'm really glad we're bringing Mamadou Sarr. Um, I think we could have brought in Vega and at least let him play in that left back spot to get him some games. I know he burnt bridges at the club, but we really just need a left back. I would have taken Ishe over anyone. But I think if Vega was there for the taking, you could have also just taken him as well. Let him play some center half as well. I know we're looking for a left center back, um, and he could fit that bill perfectly. I know he burnt the bridges at the club, but you might as well just give him a second chance because that's what he wanted to play. Um, but yeah, I just no left back really threw me off. In terms of right back, we have Reece James, Malagusto, and Josh Achampong. I think that was expected. Pretty happy that all three are joining us. I don't know if they'll try Josh off at the left or Malagusto off at the left, but we do need someone to cover for Mark Cucurella because I mean he needs some rest badly. Um, yeah, it's a horrible situation because it's a situation that could have been prevented so easily. With Ishe Samuel Smith just tagging along with the Club World Cup squad. He doesn't even have to start every game. You could start Malagusto at that left back spot if you really wanted to. I wouldn't. I would start Ishe Samuel Smith, get the academy boy a chance, let Cucurella have that rest for the group stages, let him come in for the knockout stages, but doesn't make any sense. I think the right backs are completely fine, as well as the center halves, but we have 7 open slots. I think you could have easily brought Ishe along. In terms of the midfield, I am really happy with this. Um, we have Enzo Fernandez expected, Dario Sugo expected, which I think he can play a key role in this tournament actually throughout the group stages, as well as Andres Santos, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Moises Caicedo, and Romeo Lavia. So that's 6 midfielders right there. I think everyone that is going to be in the first team for next season. I think Fernandez, Caicedo, Santos, and Lavia are going to have the biggest role to play next season. But I think Asugo, if you want to close out games, he's going to be on the bench always. Really aggressive midfielder. I'm happy to see him come along. I want him to get some games in this tournament. And I think if we run a 4-3-3, that him, Santos, and Lavia would be a perfect midfield 3 to bring along. But yeah, I'm really happy with the midfielders. I think it's the 6 that we were expecting. Um, I would have liked Sam Rocksaki or Keanu Dyer to just tag along, see if they could get some games in the group stages, but that's pushing it a little bit. I think that the six are coming, are good enough to play. And in terms of the attack, I have another major issue. Major issue here. We have Pedro Neto expected, Liam Delap, Cole Palmer, Nani Madueke, Nicholas Jackson expected, but then we have Christopher Nkunku, who I get contributed to the squad last year, but he really just gave up on the team at the second half of the season. He was just waiting to be sold, and he's still expected to be sold this season. So I don't really know why we're bringing him along, other than squad depth. But then we have Tyree George and Mark Guiu, who I'm happy are coming along. So that's three strikers in Delap, Jackson, Guiu. Two of those attacking midfielders in Palmer Madueke, or Palmer and Nkunku, sorry, and then three wingers in Neto, Madueke, and George. And I guess Nkunku could play on the wing, and that's the reason that they brought him along. Or Kieran Dewsbury Hall can play on the wing, or Nicholas Jackson can play on the wing. But we only have three wing players, and that's a major issue to me. Um, and we also didn't bring Kendrick Paez, which I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. I think he should have been someone that came along for the Club World Cup and then we loaned him out afterwards. Um, and I thought Amogu could do the same thing at the midfield spot, but that's pushing it a little bit at the same time. But Paez seemed like he was promised to play in the Club World Cup. All the fans are expecting him to play in the Club World Cup. And then there's briefs that he's unhappy that he got promised to come to the Club World Cup, and we told him that, oh no, we're sending you out and loan to Strasbourg before even playing a game for Chelsea in the Club World Cup. So we have to wait another year for Paez to come along to Chelsea. And I get that you want him to play preseason at Strasbourg, but at least let him play the group stages and then send him out on loan. There's the window opening up again in 5 days or so. You could have at least let him play the group stages and then shipped him out and then let him leave to Strasbourg in the knockouts because I don't think he'd play that much then. But I think everyone at Chelsea would have liked to seen him in the group stages, and I think he could have been someone in that attacking midfield spot that kicked Palmer out to the right wing, or he could play that left wing, right wing spot. I know he's not the best at it, but it's definitely an option, especially since we didn't get Gittins through the door. Um, so yeah, it just makes no sense to me. We have 35 players that are able to be registered, and we only registered 28. I don't know if that means that we're getting people through the door, um, come 5 days or so. But we have our mainstay first team guys already in here, so it's not like we're registering someone any late. It's just we didn't choose to bring some guys that I think the fan base really would have wanted to have. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me. I'm really not happy with how the Club World Cup squad is looking. I really would have wanted Ishe to come along. I really would have wanted Paez to come along. Um, I don't want Nkunku there. I want Petrovic there. It's hard for me to make sense of it. I don't know why you wouldn't let Cucurella get some rest. I don't know why you would promise Paez that he's going to play in the Club World Cup for us and then not do anything, or promise Petrovic that if he proves himself at Strasbourg, he can come in and potentially be the number one guy next season, and then just not uphold the promises that you made to both of those players. So yeah, it's just not a good situation. I just don't like it at all. Um, but that's the roundup. If you have any other thoughts, please let me know in the comment section. I'm really unhappy with how the squad looks. Obviously, I'm still going to the game. I'm still going to root the team on. It's not the team's decision. It's not the player's decision. So obviously, I'm always going to root for Chelsea, regardless of if I'm happy or not with the selection of the squad. Um, it is my team at the end of the day. I'm going to root them even if I'm unhappy with them. Um, but it's not even them I'm unhappy with. I'm unhappy with the board for not fulfilling their promises. Um, it just doesn't make sense to me. But an issue for me doesn't mean I'm not going to root for the team. So I'll still be at the Club World Cup. I'll try to record um, portions of the game for y'all so I can upload them once I get back home. But it's going to be a lot of content um, being pushed out the next couple days. That's going to be scheduled for the time that I'm away because I'm away for 9 whole days. So yeah, I don't know how quick that Club World Cup content's going to be out, but I mean, I'm still looking forward to the tournament. Obviously, I think there's a lot of money to be won, but I would have liked to see the squad selection been handled differently. But again, if you have any opposing opinions, please let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And it is Repulse, and I'm out. Peace.